The state of Montana, also called the Big Sky State, or to some, the Wild West, is known for its cowboys and ranchers, the great outdoors, wide open fields, and the sky that goes on forever. In the heart of the state is its largest city, Billings, Montana. Residents of Billings live up to the Montana reputation. They love the land and the great outdoors, and one would think with so much focus on the outdoors, the city would be more conscious of the environment they live in and would want to help it thrive so they can enjoy it for years to come. However, this isn't exactly the case in Billings, Montana. They are way behind the curve when it comes to the most environmentally friendly thing one can do, recycling. Growing up near Seattle, Washington, I was raised to recycle and care for my local environment, which included a strict recycling routine at home. But when I came to Billings, Montana for college in 2005, I was shocked by the lack of recycling programs and possibilities. So in order to find out more about why Billings is so far behind when it comes to recycling, I decided to go to the people to hear what they have to say about recycling. I started with those closest to me, my neighbors.
We've been residents of Billings for 31 years now. As far as recycling goes, around the house we recycle our aluminum cans, we recycle the newspapers.
We also recycle plastic sacks from the grocery store.
We take our cans and our paper down to the park where there is a trash for trees recycling bin.
I try to be as green as I can possibly be, and it's very important to me, since I have a grandchild coming up, that I want him to have a good, clean world to grow up in. So one of the things I do is I try to recycle all of my newspapers. I take them all to one of the trash for trees bins down by the grocery store. I recycle all of my plastic goods, anything that can be recycled, milk jugs, pop cans, anything like that. I recycle all my aluminum. I recycle all of my tin. I think recycling is extremely important for us. Our world is becoming so cluttered with garbage. If you look at all of the garbage that we throw out daily, that I see us throw out at work, that I feel I throw out myself, that I see my children throw out, that it's going to be a land of garbage and nothing but garbage if we don't stop it.
I think it's really important to recycle just because let's not fill up the landfill any sooner than it's going to be full.
I think it's very difficult to recycle in Billings at this time. They do make recycling newspaper quite easy because they do have the trash for tree bins around the community. We're lucky that in our area here by Veterans Park and Rocky Mountain College we have two very close to us. But as far as recycling anything else, it's very difficult. You have to collect everything and take it to the drop-off site. And so unless you're really into it and you're willing to spend the time and the energy to do it, I think a lot of people forego it because they just don't find it's easy. I wish Billings had a recycling program like they have in the larger cities.
Mm-hmm. What they have going now is that somebody has started a business where the bins, he charges you to pick up the bins for recycling plastic and steel and paper and that. And so I don't want to have to pay for that. I want to make it a voluntary thing that I will voluntarily keep it together and then have somebody come pick it up at no charge.
Next, I went to go talk to this business owner about how he's making a living by recycling.
Earth First Aid is a curbside recycling service that we provide to the Billings community. I am the owner, founder of Earth First Aid Curbside Recycling. I started it a little over 3.5 years ago now, going on 4. The idea was sparked by, I graduated with a degree in business technology in college and was working construction for about 1.5 years, and my folks were wondering if I was ever going to put my degree to use. And we sat down and started kicking around a few ideas of some services that Billings was lacking in that was happening elsewhere and that we thought we could use. And we brushed across the idea of a curbside recycling service, and I thought I'd just give it a try. And 4 years later, here I am. Recycling in Billings it's been coming a long ways. It's one of those progressively developing businesses in town where years ago, you know, you wouldn't never heard of a curbside recycling services, and the ones you did hear of, there was a couple little startup ones before me that fell under. You know, the people here have been real receptive to it. We've grown steadily and progressively, actually, over the past couple of years. It's kind of taken on a life of its own now.